Hi, welcome to your tutorial. This is the church custom accounting solution, and this is the welcome page. You're familiar with this already, so I've skipped the username and password phase. So once you get here, you go to inflow. You know where the guidance is, but just go to inflow, right? You can either click on inflow or you tap on it at the bottom. So I'll say inflow. Inflow is mainly, you know, the money is coming into the church. Now, you mentioned that the fiscal year for the church is from July, I believe, to June. If sorry, I thought you let's double check. I think it is June to May. So if it is June to May, yes, June to May. It means July is the second month, right? And August will be the third month. So whatever the dates you put in here, this will automatically put the fiscal year month. Now, a new addition that you should understand is the church year, because the church year pans across 2 years. I've put a drop down for you to pick if it is 2024, 25, 25, 26, and so on and so forth. You have to select this one. Now, right here, you have the types of inflow. I know you mentioned that you only have tithes, offerings, and donations, but now I've added, pledges, convention, contributions to convention, other special contributions towards special projects, and, one or two placeholders where you can fill out any other type of inflow. Then typically the rest is just going to be amount. Quantity is always one, except you want to uh, use that to multiply the amount, but just keep it as one, and then the amounts, the total, most of this is cash or POS, right? So this is pretty straightforward. Now, let's go to your expenses. So same thing for your expenses here. You put in your dates, the month is automated, then you have your purpose here. So here, what I've done is I've put convention or other. So if there's a convention, if you're paying towards a convention, you can click that. And if it is other, you can make it other. But again, that's just that you may decide not to use it, but this is to track anything that is, if you have a convention, expenses that you're paying towards a convention and all of that. That's the point of this. Then purpose for the payment, or who you paid to, then cash if it is credit. Then here I put in the type of expenses, let's say it's diesel. If it is salary, that's if you want to use salary here, but you don't have to because there's another page for salaries. Then utility bills, then any other thing that's general expenses. Now, to decide, uh, you know, if you want to just do an analysis of your expenses, I've created like a dashboard for you here. You can click on the month, click on the year, click on other, it brings it out. If it's convention, it brings, all of that out. If it's by month, and then when you're done, you can just clear uh all the filter, right? Easy peasy. So that's how that works. Now, I haven't talked about expenses. There's also a page for analysis, right? Just if you want to see inflows that are related to, your type of, whether it's offering tithes, donations, and all of that. All you need to do is to come here, click on tithes, and then it shows that. And don't forget, there's another drop down here to select what year you want to look at, right? So if it is 24, 25, you click on it there, and then that comes in. And then here you can just change, offerings, donations, pledges, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's where you look at your analysis. Now let's go look at the income statement. So when you look at the income statement, please note that the version I'm sending to you is going to be a clean version. This is just the one that I'm using for examples and tests. When you come to the income statement, you'll see uh, the fiscal year, that's June to May, and then you're able to see all the inflows here if you want to look at it. However, if you don't want this to open up, you can just click on one and everything will collapse. You have a short form of your income statement. And if you want to take a look, you can click on two, everything expands, or you click on the plus sign. Okay. So yeah, that's for that. For salaries, I'll go there right after this, but I just want you to know the rent for the church will come through the prepayments. I'll show you that shortly. For your depreciation, how to do that. It's just from the assets point of view. You list out all your assets and then you put the useful life and then it automatically depreciates. Then when we talk about the expenses, there's also a category for expenses here: diesel, utility bills, and general expenses. Then at the bottom, you have your, surplus or deficit. If it is in brackets, then you have a deficit. That means technically running at a loss. And then if it is positive, then it means surplus. Okay. So that's how this works. But there's one thing you need to know. On the right here, on column S, you have a toggle to move from one year to the other, right? Just to be able to see the result for every given year, right? So do not forget that is very important. So now let's go straight to salaries, right? If I go to salaries, it's pretty much in payroll from here. You can see that again, we have the year. You have to click on the year, the name of the person that is being paid. If you want to put the bank, the account number, and then the amounts. So once it's the same for everything, and that pops up on your salary column on the income statement for this salary. Now let's talk about the rent. You said the church is renting a building, so that will always show up where we have this prepaid rent, right? So on the prepaid rent, you want to go to your guidance and go to prepayments, click on prepayments, and here all you need to do is to put the start date, um, let's say, I don't know, just put in the date, prepaid rent building, and then you put the yearly rent, and then it just populates automatically for you in your income statement. You can see it has populated up until August. Once it's a September, it will automatically put in the September's rent there. Okay. So that's how that works. Same thing for your assets, right? You know how that works. You put all your assets, the dates you purchased it, the assets type, the asset description, the cost, and the total useful life, and then that shows, it just allocates that out for you. That being said, let's see if there's anything else that we need to talk about. I think that's mostly it for you. That's mostly it. So yeah. So you should be pretty good once you watch this and then you play around with it. I'm just sending you the clean version, so there's no point looking for this one because this is a rough version. This is the one we used for testing and then examples. So please watch it, play around, get comfortable, and if you have any questions, please let me know. So take care and bye now.